Hello there everybody, this is Brandon, and Link was just hanging on the fence. What is up everybody, this is Brandon, and here we are again with another episode of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is, part 27. And we are back with a major part of the series. As is every episode with this series, today we're going to be taking on the bottom of the well, which is actually it seems like a bigger part in the game than it actually is. Or it seems like a lesser part in the game than what, the significance of it doesn't seem as valued as it actually is. It's not really a dungeon slash temple that's really memorable in the eyes of anyone. I always forget about it when I go along playing this game. I always forget about the bottom of the well, because the bottom of the well isn't really something that you I've never really paid attention to it. It's just it's kind of like the bottom of the well in Majora's Mask. You really just don't do too much with it. If you're doing what you're supposed to, it's very brief, and it's just kind of a quick run through. But if you're gonna get everything within it, then it's not very brief, and it's actually kind of a longer little ordeal. In which what we're doing, we're actually going to be getting everything in here, because that's kind of part of the game. That's kind of part of it for me. I always get everything when I do this stuff. But that's just me. Other people don't really always do that. I've just always figured that it's easier to do it this way. And that includes it mostly in part because I told anyone who's watched this, that this is going to be 100%. It's not just going to be a little, oh yeah, I might do that. Yes, I said it's going to be 100%, so I decided I shouldn't be lying. I should be getting everything, and I shouldn't be letting people down, because I have let people down in the past with my LPs. I can't just go over here. Okay. I thought it was a hidden little area, but I guess not. It can be a really brief dungeon actually if you do what you're supposed to. You can get through all of it really quickly, because it doesn't take long at all. The longest part I'd say about it is just getting the extra stuff, which you really don't even have to do. Damn it, stupid Gypto. What? Where'd my fire? Oh, it's still going. But anyway, I haven't really talked about much else. I know I always bring this shit up, but back in my old LP of this, I don't know why I put bombs down there. In my old LP, I actually it was my most popular video on my channel. No, okay, it was the second most popular video on my channel. For the longest time I was confused about why it was so popular, but now I know it's really popular because it was a theory video. It was about it was a theory video about what's it called? The Hyrulean Civil War. And the reason it's so popular is because no one else really had done a video on the Hyrulean Civil War at the time. So when I did that, I think people were like, oh, this is a theory video. Maybe it'll turn out... Dick. The guy just, plowed through us. But maybe it's an actual video. But when I did it, I didn't put any really proper thoughts into it. And if I'm ever to actually do a Hyrulean Civil War theory video, if I'm ever to do one of those videos, I think that I'll actually work it out and figure out more about it before I just kind of jump into it, because I don't know, that video got people kind of hyped up, which I don't know if it really should have, but if this is... Nope, that's not... Yeah, I don't want to go into that room yet. I'll wait until I have... Is the water that water drained for a really long time, considering that there really isn't that much water. But yeah, see, we're pretty much done. We have a couple things we can get. I'm not actually going to get the dungeon map or compass unless I fall into the bottom, because you don't need those. I don't really consider it even 100% because you really honestly don't need those. There's nothing down there. But if I might just get those for the sake of getting them, because okay, it's bothering me now. I will go get those after I finish everything else. Like, imagine if you could get hearts in this and use them as backup. Like, say, like you can just practically get unlimited hearts. I haven't fought this boss in a long time. This is Dead Hand. He's one of the creepiest bosses in this game. I think he's not widely forgotten, but I think he's widely, like, I don't know. He's a boss that's memorized, or not memorized, there's a memory for, but he's not important enough that people are like, oh, it's Dead Hand. Like, I've never really even bothered to think about him as a boss. Just because, I don't know, I've never really had to really worry about him in terms of dying to him, because he's a very simple boss. It doesn't take long. It could be a lengthy battle, but it's not a difficult battle. Kind of like who's another boss that's long but really easy, like not Jabu Jabu. This body's really creepy. It twitches after it dies. But it's kind of like oh fuck, I can't remember the name. The Lord Jabu Jabu boss. Really easy boss, but it can be time consuming. Just one of those kind of bosses. But with that, we get the Limbs of Truth, which in a few episodes ago, I was trying to figure out what I was missing in my menu screen, and it turns out it was this the whole time. But this lets you see things that are invisible, and I'll give you an example of it right here. There's like a chest right in front of us, and there it is. And in this chest is a 200 rupee prize. And with that, we pretty much don't have much else to do in this dungeon. Nice. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get past him. I did a little whistle by accident. Definitely was not on purpose. I usually don't whistle on purpose. But oh man. Anyway, sorry, I got a text and distracted me. Is this... Oh, shit, he's behind me. That kind of scared me. Damn it. I was gonna kill that dickhead. Anyway, I'm gonna equip this because we're about to enter a room that you can actually get damaged in and lose your shield. At least I might be going to the wrong room here, but I'm almost positive this is the room. Each Skulltula is locked behind a door in this mini dungeon, so that's the reason we've gotten all these keys. And honestly, that's the only reason. I like to ignore that, even though you usually probably should just kill it. Am I not gonna get eaten? That's like the first time I've never gotten eaten by a like. Just a pool of mush is really all that is right there. I think these other two Skulltulas are actually a lot easier. They're about the same simplicity, but just as equal to get. Really not hard at all. Anyway, so recently I went to that game store, and if any of you that follow me on my Instagram for this, oh, good thing I needed to go down here anyway. Let me make sure. Yeah, I needed to go down here anyway. But because this is where the compass and what's it called are, so it's no big deal. Oh, okay. I don't know how that didn't blow up both of those. Anyway, I went to the game store and I was looking around the other day. I told you guys how I got the game War Gods and how it's kind of just it's a kind of game. The thing is actually over here that we need to get, but it's just kind of one of those kind of games. It's like, oh, you have this, that's cool, but if you don't have it, it's like, oh, it wasn't really useful in the first place. Maybe that was where I needed to go. Yeah, there's nothing over there. But it's just one of those games like, oh, okay, you got this, that's kind of cool. But it's not one of those games where you're like, oh my goodness, how did you get this so rare? But I got War Gods. And it's actually a pretty cool game. That's a lie. It's not a very well made game, but it is fun. Crap. How am I getting this so wrong? Oh, okay, there it is. I was just going the wrong way. But I got War Gods. It was like $6, $7, whatever I said it was. It's nothing special. It's definitely worth the price. Not really worth anything more. But then yesterday I went back to the game store because I had money, and I was like, oh, if I come back here, I might get something. So I went back there. I looked through like GameCube, Wii U stuff, and I was like, didn't really find anything too special. So I went again, I went back to the Nintendo 64 section. I saw they had some good games there. They had games that were overpriced. They had Super Smash Bros. For like $50. I'm like, ooh, I have this, and I bought it back in the day for $15. So yeah, I'm good. Then I found Star Fox there, which is a reasonable price because it's a good game. I would have paid about $25, $30 for it, and it was $30. So I was like, maybe if I in the future. But I found Banjo-Kazooie there too. So I was like, oh, Banjo-Kazooie, this is a game I've never beaten, and it's just a phenomenal game from what I have played. So I went and I just was looking around for a while, and then later I stayed there, and I ended up buying it, and I was inspecting it, and a little bit I thought it was messed up and wasn't gonna work because there's a tiny problem in the cartridge. I love that. I love when they give rupees. There's just a tiny like crack in the cartridge. It's nothing big, but I actually have it next to me right now. It's I haven't played it yet. I plan on playing it soon. It's gonna be a game that I probably will start playing, and I won't put it down for a long time. Which is good because those kinds of games are great. I love being able to do that with games. Oh crap! I forgot about fucking Floor Masters in this. But anyway, there's only one more thing we need to get in here, and we pretty much have everything else. It's a good thing I didn't know about those Floor Masters until after I pretty much finished it. Okay, yeah, so we have everything now. There's other stuff you can get here, like rupees and just little tiny chests that are kind of worthless. But I really don't want to bother with that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get all giddy with it and leave this dungeon. Let's see, is there anything else we really need to do? We can do some more because we still have time. I fucking hate that camera angle so much. Alright, so there should be just one thing I want to do before we do this. Really nothing else. I think it's just, there's just one heart piece we can get now. Yeah. Just one heart piece. Oh crap, wait. I don't know what that is. Excuse me. Alright, yeah, there's just one thing we're gonna get, and then we'll call it an episode. I'm sorry about that little brief break. It's a really simple heart piece now that we have what we have. So it shouldn't take long. And actually, I'm just gonna... It's only gonna take a little bit. It's a mini game, but it makes a mini game really easy. There really isn't anything left to do. There's one side quest that I'm gonna save for the next dungeon, for after this next dungeon. Nope, don't need to go over there. There's just one. It's just one little tiny mini game. Because we have 77 Skulltulas, 23. There's 5, I think, within each of the next 2 dungeons. There might even be 6. I could be wrong with that. Yeah, no, there's 5 in both of those. So that's 10. That puts us at 87. Then we have 13 other ones to get. Pretty simple in general, though. So over here, ooh, it might actually have to be night for this. I think it has to be night for some weird reason. Yeah. So I've always wondered what they're saying in the background of this. I think it's all just mumbling like I don't think they've ever actually said anything real there. Alright, now to this mini game. Yeah, it's easy once you it's not easy being a build. It's a really cool mini game. I've always liked the coloring of the room, like the wallpaper. It reminds me of kind of wallpaper we used to have in the house I used to live in when I was little. Not this specific color, but it's always reminded me of that for some reason. I don't know why. Just kind of a random little thing. But yeah, this is one of the 4 heart pieces we have left. Really not much left to get. For heart pieces. Not even much for Skulltulas either, because all the other Skulltulas are really simple things to pick up. And next episode we'll be doing the Shadow Temple, which is really brief, but it's pretty easy. Or it's not really brief. It's kind of, I don't know. It's in the mid-range of the dungeons, I think. And here we go. With this, we already looked inside, and there's a heart piece. We know what's in there. You can't look inside other things though. Yeah, you can't look. You can't look inside of other chests to see if there's anything in them. It doesn't work. It's just specifically designed for this minigame. So I wonder if they had to use. I wonder how they did that. If they programmed separate chests for this, because if you could do it in this, I would have expected to be able to do it in the other ones. But anyway, that is it for this episode of Ocarina of Time. I have been Brandon, Questionable Gamer, and I will see you all in the next episode. Good.